two men amongst 1,000 will define success the same? The answer's none. Yet we will all define failure as man's inability to reach his goals. Now, me personally, I do have a definition for success. My definition is doing what I want, when I want, how I want, with whom I want, whenever I want. Now, maybe your definition is you want to see if you can plant a zillion trees on planet Earth, right? Maybe you are looking to amass more money than anybody else ever has. You know, perhaps you saw that movie, A Christmas Carol, as a kid and became really motivated by Scrooge. It doesn't matter. To each his own. All I'm here to make abundantly clear is one simple fact. Along the way to those successful outcomes, you are going to have a number of stumbling blocks along the way. And I know, personally speaking, well, I know exactly where the problem started. Right here. Yeah, right here is where the problem started. And what is right here? It's this. It's a learning institution. It's a high school. In fact, it's my high school. Now, here's where the problem started. You see, when I started attending this high school, you know what I realized really quickly? I realized that there was a bunch of people here called teachers that selected their futures based on a summer vacation. How did I know that? They would tell us with their mouth how they didn't enjoy showing up here every day. There was a bunch of other things that they taught me as well. I had teachers in here that would explain to me what the real world was like, how I should look for a job. They never told me that that stood for just over broke. They also told me that I should be seeking out salaries, that these are safe and that I would love them. They also looked at me with this face of absolute fear and terror when they mentioned commission. Oh, you don't want to do that. Oh, there's a lot of uncertainty in that. This is what I was being taught in here, folks. They were teaching me to go and get a job, to surrender my life and literally become a slave for 50 of the 52 weeks a year. Yeah, because they wanted to establish normalcy with me, that if I had a job, it was normal to only get 2 weeks off a year. And they gave it a really cute name that everybody gets excited over. It's called vacation. Wow. There was so much that they taught in here. But do you want to know something? That's not where I learned the majority of my lessons. The majority of my lessons were learned out here. Lessons on marketing, lessons on product, lessons on word-of-mouth advertising, and I'm sure a lot of you can read between the lines and know exactly what I'm saying. But back here, this is where the problem started. And this is where a bunch of people were trying to suck me into the mediocre existence that they had committed the rest of their lives to. And I just wasn't having it. Yet, as a young individual, in the face of all of this making no sense to me, in the face of having friends and family, literally neighbors, who had completed these systems, who had gone to college, gone to university, yet were still living at home unemployed, and those that did get employment were barely making above minimum wage. In the face of all of that, I still rolled through, and this is where it found me. And now I find myself here, and this doesn't feel right. This cubicle is like a morgue. It's all gray. The clocks in this place, I don't even think they work. They never move. I've got a boss who's suffering from an inferiority complex. This guy's never going to let me advance beyond him, and he's going to be here for 30 years till they give him his gold-plated watch and kick him out of the place. Everybody around in here all say the same thing on Fridays. It's like the war cry of mediocrity. TGIF! They can't wait to go sedate themselves with drugs and alcohol to escape this shitty existence. You know what the craziest part is? In this jail, they say to me, we own you, but we're going to let you out for 2 of the 52 weeks a year. They call it vacation. I call it slavery. I'll tell you one thing, this ain't working for me. And so it found me here in a car dealership. And do you want to know what's amazing about the car dealership, folks? I'll tell you, it's the exact same as attending Harvard, but instead of having to pay $100,000 to attend, they paid me $100,000 to attend. The lessons I learned inside the dealership, oh my gosh, they were invaluable. I learned things like buy low, sell high, keep the difference. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. I also understood the importance of expectations and meeting them. We had a lot of leaders that would say things like, if you don't sell 20 cars this month, you can find a new place to work. I know what a lot of you are thinking. Man, that sounds pretty intense. And it was, but I loved it because I understood if it doesn't kill you, it only makes you stronger. In a career spanning over a decade, I learned a lot of lessons inside the dealership. From being a sales representative to a member of management to running a store. And after learning all of those lessons, one thing became abundantly clear, certain, if I dare say, and that is the fact that the sky's the limit. And understanding that is exactly what has landed me here, inside the offices of AlanDickey.com, where you guessed it, I'm president of my own company. Now, some of you may not have arrived at this point in your journey yet, and that's okay. What I do want to explain is exactly the difference between you and I. You see, the difference between you and I is simply our understanding of the laws of success. These are laws that I teach inside the Entrepreneurial Collective's Inner Circle. I want to explain to you a little something about laws, okay? Laws exist for things to function smoothly. Consider this. You drove into work this morning, right? On your ride in, when you finally arrived, were you all white-knuckled and nervous saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm still alive"? Or did you drive in singing the words to your favorite song while forgetting the last few miles of the trip? Yeah, I know that's exactly what happened. Now, why is that? Well, it's because you possess a driver's license, and your driver's license is an indicator that you are fluent in the laws of the road. Thus, you can join the rest of us that are out there on the road who possess driver's licenses, and collectively, we can all function smoothly. You know, green means go, red means stop. Now let's go a little bit further here about laws. If you are to run a red light, you could get pulled over and get a ticket, correct. Now, here's the question. When that happens, who gives you the ticket? Wrong. I know a lot of you said the police officer. That's simply not a case. You see, when you break a law, the law breaks you. Yes, that's right, folks. The judgment for violating a law exists inside the law. It's for that exact reason when you did get the ticket, you smiled at the officer, you took the ticket, you said thank you, and you even wished the officer a good day. Why? Well, because you proactively understood the relationship. If you wanted to drive an automobile and enjoy the efficiency of getting around that quickly, you were going to get a driver's license, you were going to learn the laws, and you were also going to learn that there was consequences for when you were not obedient to the laws. The ticket. Now, here's another thing about laws that's vitally important. When you understand the laws of success, both your success and failure become predictable. That's right, folks. You don't need to wonder about whether or not this success can be achieved. Allow me to explain. You see, if I went out to your car with you right now and I filled your car up with 100% Florida grade A orange juice, could I successfully predict that your car won't start? Yes, I can. Now, am I psychic? No, I'm not. I simply understand the laws of the vehicle. And if you open up your gas cap and read what's on the inside, you too will see it says unleaded fuel only. Well, if I go out to that same vehicle, but I decide to put unleaded fuel only into the gas tank, can I successfully predict that your car will start? Yes, I can. Does this mean I'm Nostradamus? No, it does not. It simply means I understand the laws of success. And here's the most important thing, folks. Once you learn and understand the laws of success, you too not only can bring about your amazing future and your amazing business, but you can also successfully predict that it's going to happen. That is exactly how important and how vital these laws are. When you understand all of these laws, really, life becomes as easy as this. So the only question left for you to ask yourself is, are you in or in the way? While you ponder that, the rest of us inside the Entrepreneurial Collective Inner Circle, well, we're going to get back to living the lives we want and deserve to live. It's my turn. Yeah.